guys, I've gotten a couple requests for how I curl my hair, and I don't do it super often. So I thought today is a day where I have time and I'm actually going to curl it. So the first thing I do after I wash my hair is put in this invisible oil. This is kind of a new product for me. I've only used it for a couple weeks, but it seems fine, but I always like to put some sort of heat protectant on my hair. And then I also put this volumizing mousse in. So I've already put the oil in, but I'm about to put this in. Okay, so I always start in like kind of around my crown and then just go all the way around. I don't know if you can see. And then I do another layer above that one. And then I do one more right at the very top where I need a little extra boost, and then just rub it in. So I let my hair air dry while I'm doing my makeup, but sometimes like my hair is naturally frizzy, so a lot of times it gets really frizzy on the ends. So sometimes I'll just wet my hand and barely dampen the frizzies out again. Getting them a little bit damp before I blow dry them seems to help smooth it out as I'm blow drying. So I'm going to blow dry real quick and I'll be back. All right, now I'm done blow drying. At the end of my blow dry cycle, I always do the cool shot for a while, especially here in the crown, like right by the roots, and it just helps set your hair and keep the volume. And then I also highly recommend using this nozzle thing, whatever you call it, because it directs the heat in like a more skinny line. Very technical here, but it helps it from just making your hair fly everywhere. Anyway, if you have frizzy hair, that's what I'm trying to say. This nozzle definitely helps. I just use a regular paddle brush and then I just go, you know, smooth it down like this, and it really does help tame the frizzies. Okay, now that my hair is totally cool, I am going to curl it with my curling wand. So I usually divide my hair into half and do the bottom half first. So I clip up the top, and then so I've been using this Remington curling wand for years and I love it. It works on my hair really, really well. So I just wrap it all the way around. I leave the ends out. Sorry, make sure it's in the... Okay, let's try that again. I had to take it out of the curling iron so it didn't fry my hair. Okay, so I just wrap it around and I'm going away from my face, and then I hold the ends out, and then right before... Okay, this is really hard to do hands-free. All right, let's try it for a third time. Okay, so now it's curled, and right before I'm about to take the wand out, I just kind of slide it down like this to smooth out the end, but it is not enough to curl the... Okay, so as you can see, like the ends are a little bit more straight, but sliding it down like that just helps smooth out, especially because, as I mentioned, like 17 times I have frizzy hair. Another thing I do sometimes if the frizz is really bad, okay, I've done the whole bottom section of my hair. What I'll usually do is give it a quick shot of hairspray, just because the bottom seems to not hold curl near as well as the top part of my hair. So just a quick, like not much. Then it's time to do the top. So I usually do the top in, I don't know, like 3 or 4 sections. So I start on one side, and then I usually start at the back, grabbing like a 1.5 to 2 inch section, and then brush it out. And then same thing. I start like a few inches away from my head and then wrap it away from my face, leave the end out, and then slide it down before I release. There you go. So the sections of hair around my face, I always curl it away from my face, as I mentioned, but in the back, I kind of like to change it up. So I kind of alternate back there just so it's not one. All right, so now we're in the back, so I'm kind of going in the opposite direction, just to avoid having like one big giant curl wave back there. I just feel like it gives it more definition if you alternate back there. Okay, so I've done everything except this front little piece. So I just kind of decide where my part is gonna go, And then about halfway down, I try and very loosely curl it away from my face, but just to give it a little. And then there was a little tiny random chunk over here that got missed. So I'm just going to very quickly give that just a little bit of shape. All right, and then the next thing I do, I've been using this Living Proof. Okay, that last video got deleted, but what I was trying to show you is that I usually tease my crown a little bit. So before I'll use that finishing spray, I just section off a chunk and then I just lightly tease, and sometimes I do it twice. I pick up another section right here. Okay, I just feel like that gives it a little bit of extra oomph if you need it. And then I've been using this Living Proof stuff. It's supposed to be texture and hairspray at the same time. I don't really feel like it does a good job holding, but I do need texture in my hair because it's really fine. So I just kind of go over the whole thing. Okay, so side note, I always try and hold my breath whenever I use any sort of aerosol sprays. I cannot use just the mist ones because my hair is too fine and it weights it down. But I think breathing in that stuff is so bad for you. So I always try to spray it and hold my breath and then leave the room for a little bit. Or sometimes I'll go in a different room and spray it and then come back in the bathroom and finish my hair. I don't know, I just think it's really like probably not good for your lungs. So anyway, there's a tip. Okay, so if you need to like work through it, this is the time to do it. I kind of already did, but I just use my fingers because I still kind of like it a little bit chunky. So if there's like a big chunk you want to separate or whatever, you can do that. And then if you need any more hairspray, if you need any extra hold, this is my favorite hairspray. So I sometimes will give like my bangs a quick shot, or if I know I'm going somewhere, I need my hair to last a long time, then I'll just kind of do like a full over spray with this. Okay, so that's it, all done. I hope this was as riveting as you were hoping it would be. My curling wand truly is like my favorite. It's worked better than anything else on my hair as far as holding the curl. I like that you can set the temperature. I always choose to do the highest temperature, and then I just don't leave it on my hair as long. But that's also how I burnt myself on my wrist, if you remember. So you do have to watch out for that. But I like this one because it's inexpensive and it works. So I will link as much as I can for you. I will try and find all the products that I use. I don't use a ton of stuff, so it shouldn't be that hard. But I don't know. Hopefully you gained a tip or two today. And if you have any tips for me, always share.